police officers there and emergency crews there when this was all happening, and they were right at ground zero when it all went down. So can we talk to you? What's your role out here right now?
I'm just standing by right now. Can't say what role I'm playing right now.
You know, I tried to think of something clever to say in the beginning here, but whatever I say, it's meaningless. It really doesn't matter what I say. It's what you believe. Now, I can tell you that the TV's great, that everything you think is real is real, or I can tell you everything that you think is real is not. Does it matter? No. It only matters what you decide to do with that information, if you decide to act on that information. So to think that these individuals that you see and you believe to be under a mind control or some type of influence is ludicrous. You choose to believe what I say, or you choose not to. You choose to act, to get up, to do something, to react to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Or you choose not to react. The decision is yours. So, these individuals were not mind-controlled to go to the bank and cash their check that they received when they got paid for their acting that day. They weren't mind-controlled to go out and spend that money on whatever they bought with it. So why do you think that they were mind-controlled into doing those events that day? They weren't. No gun was put to their head. No family member was held hostage and they were forced to do what they were doing because they had to save that person. They made a conscious choice based on their moral values, and they did what they did. The facts are, they did what they did because they chose to do it.
Daenerys. My name is Daenerys Guanega. I was walking to work and all of a sudden I see a jet crash into the first tower, and 2 minutes later an explosion, which a whole bunch of people, including myself, fell on this side of the sidewalk. And then I was standing there for like about 8 minutes later, and a second plane just crashed and exploded and hit the other building. Now, as you see, it's just the second tower fell. It's crazy. This is unbelievable. This is scary. I don't even know how to get home now. Yeah, right now, everything. I fell. I had to help a lady. She was on the floor. She passed out. We had to put water on her. A lady was giving birth down the block.
Let's see Daenerys as she is now.
I'm here because I'm a student and I'm only a junior. I'm already in debt.
Why is education so expensive?
Good damn question. Why is education? Because it's an industry. Education is an industry, and just in the same fashion that banks have been privatized, and you know, the military has been privatized in a lot of ways. I feel like education has as well.
Actually, education has been more publicized or made.
That was her with Adam Kokesh, who we will talk about later in another video, as he is an actor as well. The next scene that you'll see is what she's doing in the Dallas Occupied movement that I myself videoed here in Dallas. In it you will see members of MoveOn.org. You also see Ryan Dunn and Jessica Chobot, his co-host for the last TV show that he worked on. And yes, that's Ryan, give me the finger.
Great show.
We supported the Democrats who were willing to stand up and fight, and we gave hell to the ones who...
So we can clearly see that this person is an actor, and she's been an actor her entire life. How many other actors were there that day?
Joining me is Terry Cohen. You were actually working right near the Pentagon. Tell me what you saw.
Well, we were outside. We were in a little construction trailer, and we were sitting having a meeting, and we heard this boom. The building shook, the ceiling tiles fell out of the ceiling, and we ran out.
So she later says that that little construction trailer was about 100 feet from the spot of the impact. What construction trailer did she say? And what small construction trailer has drop ceiling?
We kind of dazed, grabbed our hard hats, ran out, and there was just smoke. You couldn't get to, we tried to get to where it was to see what it was. You couldn't get there because it was just thick. You couldn't see anything but just smoke. And we were just, it was 2 seconds after it happened, and we just sort of, people were screaming, run, what is it, what is it? So we headed away from the building, not knowing where to go, and there was just confusion everywhere. Then 10 seconds later, people came up and were saying, in security, saying, just get away from the building, we don't know what it is, just get away from it. But as we walked away, as we started getting away, there were people on the road, because we were very close to the exit, and they were saying, oh my God, did you see that? It was an airplane. It was an airplane. Just came, they kept saying it was a big airplane. I kept thinking, I thought maybe it was just from National Airport. An airplane had hit us. 15 minutes later, there was a terrible explosion again, and we just went through the tunnel and away.
What were you being told by security personnel, or were you being told anything?
This is Alyssa Greenberg. She's now Alyssa Bloomberg because she's married to Kenny Bloomberg. Now, she is the sister of Jennifer Greenberg Sexton, and Tony Greenberg, as we see here with Kenny. Tony we know all too well as playing many parts in the media, and we'll do a video on him. Here's his latest one, the White House shooter. As we can see, it's his ear. Now, the reason why you haven't seen her as much as Tony or Jennifer is because obviously she's not as very good an actor as her brother or her sister. But she still manages to get a few parts here and there, like Holly Bobo's friend, and she is in the Pima County Sheriff Dupnick's annual awards book, as are the rest of her family. Now, Kenny, he plays a role in the Casey Anthony trial. He plays Danny Knight, the tattoo shop owner. He's also in the Pima County books, as well as all the other individuals that are involved in the Casey Anthony trial. And you can download these documents from Wellaware One. Just click on the Casey Anthony link at the top. So now, of course, if you're hearing this for the first time, you probably have about 1,000 questions, and one of them being, was the baby fake? Well, the baby is actually Annie and Tony's child, Sydney. So the video that you see that is reported to be Kaylee sitting on her grandfather's lap is actually Kenny Bloomberg's relative, as we see in this photo. Well, that means that Sydney Greenberg, Tony and Annie's daughter, sitting on her uncle's lap. So yes, the baby is fake, fictitious, it's a character. Now, I've received this information via 5,000 photographs that I found online from the Greenbergs' personal family photographs. From those photographs, and in conjunction with their personal Facebook accounts, I would manage to create a family tree that you can download from my website so you can better understand who these people are and how they influence the media. Briefly, Maurice Greenberg, if you don't know who that is, was the ex-CEO of AIG. Another big person in the family is Maurice Strong. These individuals are extremely powerful, they're extremely influential, and you need to know who they are because they are the ones that are running this country. If you think that our government is running it, these people are the ones that influence the government. And we'll get into that in more detail in another video. If you're familiar with my work on the Gabrielle Giffords event, you know the person Brandon Lee Pittman. Brandon Lee Pittman, as I mentioned in part 1, is business partners with a person named Cliff. Cliff is chairman of the board of the Independent Film Association of Southern Arizona. So when you see both of these two individuals together at an event filming, you know that they're up to no good, as we see in the New York Occupied event. Every time that there was a situation at that event, you were sure to find either one of them or both